entered into Tony Tone's world. The Tony Tone's world.
Hey, yo, Sam. Did you know it was Jerry Jones' birthday on the day that the Cowboys just lost?
No, I had no idea.
Hey, happy birthday to Jerry Jones, right?
Was
Birthday-
it really?
Happy birthday to Jerry Jones and happy birthday to this guy.
I didn't even know when his birthday was. I'm glad that
It's a
you're
good
staying up to
reminder
date.
the Cowboys suck.
Yeah, what a horrible fucking game. We'll let Nick go first. Nick, give us your thoughts on this fucking game that you guys just had against the Lions that you thought that they were gonna win.
We sucked ass. What else can I say? We fucking lost. We got our ass beat at home. The Lions came to prove a point, and they did just that. They fucking whooped our ass, and now everybody and their mom is talking about how the Cowboys are done and how the Cowboys are this. And you know, I do love how we're the team that if we lose, everybody loves to talk about it. But if we get a good quality win, it's like crickets. But
No.
that's okay. That's okay. It's
I disagree.
absolutely crickets.
If the Cowboys win, we all hear about it from you Cowboy fans. Them boys. Fuck them boys.
No,
They didn't do shit. They ain't gonna do shit. Are you gonna hit the panic button on this season already?
no, absolutely not.
You think you're making the playoffs?
We're 3-3. We haven't played. No, absolutely not.
I don't know,
Absolutely
man.
not. For one, it comes down to the division. All you have to do is do well in our division. That's number one. And two, it's too early in the season. Again, and we were talking about this, but the Cowboys have lost to all quality teams. It's not as if, yes, we're getting our ass beat by quality teams and play teams that we would see in the playoffs, but it's not as if we're getting beat by fucking scrubs. We're not getting beat by the Panthers. We're not getting beat by shitty ass teams that we should be beating. So, you know, again, yes, we've gotten our ass beat.
You barely beat the Giants. I mean,
That's fine. A win's a win, motherfucker. A win's a win.
I will say that a win's a win because we just beat the Jaguars. We won't go into the Bears just quite yet, but I do think the Cowboys are in a panic mode at right this second. I don't see them doing anything going deep this season. It sucks to be a Cowboys fan. Haha, sorry.
Dude. Watch, the Cowboys will end up with the same record as the Bears at this point.
No.
Yes.
The
We
Cowboys
will.
might very well finish within the same win-loss ratio. Yeah.
All right. I don't want to be a douchebag the whole time wearing these glasses, but I did wear the glasses because Sam, the Bears fans, our future's bright, baby. Our future is super bright, boys.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Be a Chicago Bears fan.
So you don't any other overall thoughts? I mean, I'll tell you a couple of things. I mean, I said last week David Montgomery was going to eat y'all up. My man ate y'all up. 2 TDs, 80 yards.
I mean, we're just not.
He's a beast.
They aren't showing up in a lot of different facets of the game right now. That's all it is.
Yeah,
There's not much else you can say.
The Lions very much beat up a already beat up Cowboys defensive line who was hurting and had many players out. But
yeah, I mean, again, I'm not going to make excuses, but there are a lot of
honestly,
players out.
David Montgomery, there's a lot of life left in that guy. I thought when he left the Bears, there wasn't much left in the tank for him, but man, he's found like new life. Second season in with the Lions, like yeah, he's very much a vital part of that offense.
And real quick, back to the Cowboys. I'm going to make this point because I said it again and I'm fucking sticking to it. It's the curse of Tom Brady because that motherfucker again was broadcasting the Cowboys at home, and every single time he's in our house, we fucking play bad. So I'm sticking with it until it proves me wrong. Get that fucker out of the booth. I don't even want to see the Cowboys play on Fox anymore. Put us on CBS so that way he's not broadcasting our games.
Did you see his contract actually came through as a majority owner? So there's like stipulations on
No,
like
it's
him watching practices. He can't criticize the refereeing. There's like all these stipulations on him being an owner now. So
Owner, as an owner now, yeah, wow.
it's not majority owner. It's
no,
it's
minority.
minority.
Did I say majority? I meant
Yeah.
minority.
It's 5%. All he owns is 5% of the team.
Hey, 5% of an NFL team is good money because the NFL is the most profitable, sports organization right now. So hey, good luck to them. And we're gonna see more. We're gonna see more of that as we see these big player contracts, like guys like LeBron and Tom Brady buying in on a lot of sports organizations, which will be interesting to see coming forward. Like what does ownership look like under LeBron James? With all his billions of dollars, buying
Yeah.
NFL team or buying off track, but it'll be interesting. Like with these contracts given out in sports, they're buying in within the future of they're rebuying in on the sports. So it'll be interesting to see, like Tom Brady.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing. They're investing into the game in a different aspect and bringing, just staying involved in the game. But real quick, because Tony didn't do it, we for those who are listening, we have a little bit of a special guest joining us this week. Our boy Shotgun Sam is the new voice that you're hearing on the podcast,
Let's
and
go.
so he's gonna be helping us out and just bringing a little bit different point of view. Although he's a damn Bears fan as well, so it's a little bit of the same shit over and over from the both of them as
No.
Bears fans. But no,
What are those people that like go to prison and then they find like Christianity or some sort of religion, and then they live a new life. Is it like
born again?
born again? He's like a born again. He was a Cowboys fan when I knew him back in the day, and then he's like now a Bears fan. So he's a born again
Yep.
Bears fan.
Yep, very much a born again Bears fan.
So he's basically lost, is what I would call
Yeah,
that.
I was
He's
lost.
lost.
And as I grew older and created my own thoughts, I realized, Cowboys are a great team. They're America's team. They're fun to watch. They're great to root for. But I'm a Chicago guy through and through, and I want to see the Bears win. I really do.
I like it.
And as I get older, it's easier to root for the local team rather than just that Cowboys team you jumped on early on when they were winning Super Bowls when I was a kid.
In the 90s.
Yeah. Did root for winners, but now I rooted for a loser in the Bears for a long time. And it might be paying off now. We got Caleb Williams. We got a quarterback, Maybe we might start making some playoffs, some NFC championships.
Before we go to the Bears, just one quick thing on. Did you see Aiden Hutchinson's injury from the Lions?
No, I couldn't watch it. I could not watch it fully through. Hell no. That is as soon as I heard his leg snapped and it was folded underneath another player's leg, that's all I needed to hear. I did not need to see that.
I saw
violent. That sounds it's not one of those things I want to see personally.
I saw the replay because I was kind of curious how it happened, and the initial replays that I saw, I was kind of confused like how it happened because it's not somebody didn't actually fall on his leg, like you normally see, but
he just like kicked. He like almost like shin kicked somebody like in kickboxing.
Yeah, he like whipped when he tackled, he like whipped his leg around, and they just met at a point, and his leg snapped. It was
like Anderson Silva. Didn't Anderson Silva break his leg like that?
Yes.
Yeah, it was nasty. I did a retake. I watched it live, and I'm like, wait, what? Let me just rewind that real quick. And I watched. I was like, oh shit, that does not look good.
After I seen that Louisiana player snap his leg in the Final Four, at in my early 20s, Louisiana. Remember that?
You talking about Louisville basketball?
Louisville.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
Yeah. Kevin Ware, I think.
Yeah, I can't watch those videos anymore. When players snap their legs, I'm like, nah, I believe it.
Or did you ever see?
I am no longer watching that video. I cannot see. You know,
Do you guys remember the Willis McGahee one? He played for Miami, and he buckled his knee at like bent backwards, like it's hyperextended and bent back. That was another disgusting like knee injury. That one was hard to see too. I mean, some of those are just wild and then they replay them over and over. I think they've kind of stopped doing that, which is a good
Yeah.
thing. But they used to replay those on live TV over and over, and it was like, oh, I can't watch over and over, man.
I think it was after that Louisville game they kind of stopped doing that because I
Yeah.
remember watching the replays back in the day. I don't remember that Willis McGahee, but the older I get, the more I was like, I can watch it a couple times, and then after that, I'm like, I can't do this. It's like bad karma, bad juju. I don't want that shit to happen to me or some shit.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you start getting phantom pains in areas that it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait, what's wrong
Yeah.
with me? My legs hurt, and all of a sudden, I can't walk
I already
straight.
got those. I'm already old. I'm getting old. I already got those. Sam, let's give our thoughts on the Bears game before we go over the games. Bears look fucking great. The defense was on point. Every time the Jags were actually making a little bit of somewhat of an offensive plays, the Bears were getting to them. That front line defense was getting in the backfield. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. Caleb Williams, again, his stock is just keep rising, just like Bitcoin. Just fucking rising, baby. Let's go. He looked very comfortable back there. The one time I did not play Keenan Allen, he scores 2 TDs on me. So
Hey, he very well deserved though for Keenan Allen. You know, it's been a couple weeks now. He
yeah,
got his two. He got his 2 touchdowns in one game. So hey, you didn't
yeah.
get him in fantasy league, but hey, that is huge for the offense and for a veteran to get his touches in as well. You know, moving forward.
Yeah, I think the running game, they were doing a lot of screens. They did some runs up the middle, but Swift looked pretty well. Roshan Johnson kept getting the secondary touches, which again kind of threw me off in the beginning of the season. I really thought it was going to be Khalil Herbert, but so they see something else. I'm not sure what happened with Herbert.
No,
But
Roquan is that guy, man. No, he is that guy. He's explosive. He's like a traditional running back. He's that guy. He doesn't stutter step, straightforward. He's going to get you 3 yards on first down, and that's what you need out of your back. You know, you need 3 to 4 yards, straightforward, not dance and prance, get you the downs. But the running game, the passing game definitely surpassed the run game this week, which was good to see with Caleb Williams and the offense and veterans like Keenan Williams getting his touches, guys like Cole Kmet getting his
Cole Kmet, yes, I was about to say Cole Kmet.
involvement
Yeah,
the tight end with those elite receivers. Yeah, man, he's spreading the field. You know,
God, I love the fact that we won and the Cowboys lost. It just makes me so happy.
no,
Makes me feel warm inside.
but the Jaguars are very, very. Those are games that we need to win. And moving forward, the schedule gets a little tougher. But yeah, you have to win games like this against Jacksonville when they're struggling. You know,
Yeah.
not to count out Jacksonville. Jacksonville, you know, I like the team. I thought they were better than they're playing now, but
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that team. There's I don't know. They're definitely better than what they're playing right now. They have a lot of pieces over there. Especially like for instance, Travis Etienne is supposed to be their guy, and he is not doing anything. He got 3 carries for -1 yards.
yeah, very much that guy, man. We expect so much out of these running backs. You know, like it's a tough league to run. Just run the ball, like you, especially when your quarterback is Trevor Lawrence, man. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Trevor
there's a lot
Lawrence
of
had a
proving
rough
that needs to
game.
happen within Jacksonville with their quarterback and their run. The run game has helped them a lot, but like the run game struggling, the passing game struggling. It's not looking good right now. You know.
I think it's their offensive line, to be honest with you. I think they're struggling offensive line. And with the Jags, I mean, let's be honest, they've never really had a great defense. I think they had 1, maybe 2 years where they had a quality defense. I wouldn't say great by any means, but they haven't had a great defense in years. So it just kind of depends. They show up sometimes when you least expect it, and other times, well, they just kind of shit the bed and they don't do much. But no, it was a good game. I think that the Bears definitely spread the ball around pretty well.
Yeah.
There was some, they showed love to, like you said, to Komet and Keenan Allen. DJ Moore didn't do too much this game, but he didn't have to. That wasn't part of their game plan. They weren't going deep. They were attacking the middle of the field, attacking the weakness of the Jags defense, which is between the numbers, center of the field. And it was working out. And Swift had a quality game too. And you guys, funny, you guys were talking about Roshan Johnson, like he did so much, but he only had 8 yards on 5 carries. So it was kind of funny.
No,
I
but
was laughing to myself.
he had some great whatever he carried, he did well.
No, the run game wasn't very effective in this one, but he is vital to that to the Swifts. We need a combination running back to go with DeAndre Swift, who's the finesse outside running back who doesn't like to run straight between the guards and the center. We need that combination running back like Roquan that can just take the ball and run it straight forward and get you some yardage, in certain situations.
I think more my point was in total, Roshan was there for what, 7 plays or so, or 7 carries, 2 receiving. And Khalil Herbert's nowhere on the stat sheet. So it was just still interesting to me that Khalil came into the league with high hopes. Like, there's part of the reason why David Montgomery was out of Chicago was because Khalil Herbert was supposed to come in and take over that spot. So just kind of surprising to me that he doesn't get any touches.
I don't think it was just that though. I mean, I think it was also that
money. I'm sure there was money too, and
and it was a piece they could trade for draft picks
Yeah.
because you guys were high on draft picks at that point. So it was just that.
But no, they were confident. They were confident in their backfield, but just like they were confident in him, Jennings stepped up in the next year. Roquan Johnson, stepped up the next year just as much as your boy Hilbert did, his rookie year. It's just who can battle back to be the second back. Who wants it more? Is Khalil Herbert or Roquan Johnson? Who's gonna be the number 2 back against Swift?
Yep.
Roquan Johnson, you're making 2 people. You're Roquan Johnson. You're thinking of Roquan. Is it Roquan Smith, the linebacker that was traded to the Ravens? It's Roshan Johnson.
Roshan, man.
Roshan.
Okay, Roshan.
All right. So here we go. We kind of do a little bit of a summary of what our thoughts are on each game for this past week. We used to go through every single one, but we kind of just pick and choose which ones we want to go through. If you got something that you want to talk about, let me know, and we'll kind of go from there. I'll start off with the 49ers and Seahawks. It was a high-scoring game, 36-24. Somewhat surprised that the 49ers were able to go into Seattle and get that win. I honestly thought Seattle was going to be able to get that win. Or I'm sorry, 49ers were able to go into Seattle and get that win. I'm surprised Seattle wasn't able to edge that out. I don't think DK Metcalf had much of a big day because I didn't get too many points from him this week. Three receptions for 48 yards. So Geno Smith looked like he threw two interceptions. I mean, I don't know. I honestly thought the Seahawks were going to be able to squeeze this one out.
So the Seahawks live and die by their run game. They always have. It's just part of their game. They need their run game to work in order for their, offense to truly excel. And they haven't been able to do that. They haven't been able to do that the last 2 weeks, and I think that's where they've been struggling. Kenneth Walker had 32 yards. He did have a touchdown, but on 14 carries, 32 yards is just not going to cut it.
Right.
So, you're forcing the offense to throw the ball. Geno Smith, his game isn't throwing the ball 52 times like he did in this game. Like it's
wild.
It's not how their offense is built. It's never has. Yes, he has pieces, but it just shows that they were behind. He ended up throwing 2 interceptions in that game. And they just struggled a little bit. And the one thing about this too is I don't know how bad it is, but Jordan Mason, which is the back who took over because what's his name, McCaffrey went down. He got hurt in that game. I think it's a shoulder injury, and I don't know how bad it was. But then they plugged this random guy, Isaac Orendo, I think it was, and he went off for 100 yards on 10 carries. Like, can anybody just run for the Niners? Like, is that offensive line just that good that they're just bulldozing people and creating holes the size of the damn equator? Like, I don't understand how just anybody can run over there. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I agree. And also, Debo Samuel had 102 yards. I mean, I like Brock Purdy's stat line. I mean, 18 for 28, 255 yards. So not the most yards, but he had 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. So again, just a manageable game that they were able to run the ball, control the time of pace, and get the win. So
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Let's talk about what we got next. We have.
I mean, you can look at the Bucks and the Saints game. I think people predicted
Oh.
that game was going to be a lot closer than it was, especially the way that the Saints started the year. And I know they were operating with their backup quarterback because Derek Carr's out and he's hurt. But I mean, I don't know if anybody predicted that they were going to lose 51-27. Like, that was a pretty, at a certain point it was close, and then the Buccaneers decided, nope, let's just turn it on, and they ran up another 20 points in the fourth quarter and just put them away. Mayfield is killing it. I don't know.
He's killing it with 4 touchdowns, and he still threw 3 interceptions that game.
Right. Like,
and they still won. It's crazy.
He's just having a great season so far. He's just, I don't know. Maybe it's him. Like, he's like, you know what? I came in after Tom Brady. I got to come in here and do my thing for the Bucks. And there's a lot of quality pieces over there. They have the wide receivers. You have Godwin. You have Evans. They have the running game is okay. Nothing quality with the running game. Nothing to write home about. You got Bucky Irving, who's a up and coming rookie. But Mayfield's slinging that fucking ball, and they're 4-2 right now, I think it is, and they're doing their thing. It's kind of interesting to see.
You say Bucky Irving, but look, Bucky Irving had 14 carries for 81 yards. Sean Tucker had 14 carries for 136 yards. Both had TDs.
Yeah.
So I don't even know who Sean Tucker is.
I don't either. I didn't
who
even.
Who the fuck is Sean Tucker?
That's not even the guy who was predicted to start.
Hey, shout out to you, Sean Tucker, because that shit's crazy. 136 yards.
Yeah, no clue.
That's wild.
I think he's their third string that came in after. So I don't know. I don't even know who he is either.
Obviously, Sam, let me ask you something. As a Bears fan, if obviously the Bears weren't always the best as they were as this season. Do you have a second team?
Yeah. My second team is still the Cowboys,
Oh.
You weren't expecting that. He already said that, though. He was a Cowboys fan before.
But it proves my point that all Bears fans have a second team.
I've told you every Bears fan I know.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
But every Bears fan is a diehard Bears fan. It's just the culture that's been in place.
Okay, I would beg to differ a little bit, because when you're a diehard, you don't have a second team. You live and die whether they're winning or losing.
They do live and die for sure.
Nah, you guys are the first to fucking jump ship and be like, fuck the Bears. The Bears suck. Da-da-da-da-da.
Every game sold out. Soldier Field is filled no matter what. Like, we're there. We're supporting the team.
I don't know about that. I can't. I don't think it's sold out every time. It's not like the Bulls.
It is. It's sold out every Bears game. There's only 8 a year. They're selling out every Bears game in Chicago.
Maybe. Let's talk about the Commanders and Ravens.
That was a good game.
Your boy Jaden Daniels went down in stock. Caleb Williams went up, baby.
Okay, let's simmer down.
Bro. it's too early to
Let's
pick
simmer
winner
down.
and loser.
Display it.
One down and one up in stock.
Hey, simmer
One-
down too. Simmer down on that Jaden Daniels hype. Simmer down. Caleb Williams will be the best quarterback out of this draft.
Let's go. That's why I told Sam to get on tonight. Let's go.
It won't be
Listen.
Jaden Williams at the end of this.
I'm not saying that he won't be. I never said that he
Jaden
won't be. But I did say that I think that Jaden Daniels ends up the rookie of the year over Caleb Williams at the end of the year.
You called it too early, bud.
No, I didn't call it too
tell you-
early.
But there's a couple more 4 touchdown games left in Caleb Williams. All right, so watch out, man.
You're talking the Washington Commanders didn't go out and buy a bunch of shiny new pieces and wide receivers to stockpile their team with. I mean, he came into a team that nobody expected this to
They have like one
go the way it
receiver.
is. Right. They
Terry,
have,
Terry McLaurin.
and
like their
McLaurin's
one-
never been like a shiny piece. He's been decent.
Yeah.
Their backup or their second wide receiver is Noah Brown. Noah Brown was a 4th string guy that he's played for everybody now. He played on the Cowboys at one point. Austin Eckler, who nobody wanted. The guy signed a nothing contract and went to the Commanders. Like, it's not a team that you would expect to be playing as well as they are right now.
Yeah.
It's not. They played one of the best
But-
teams.
Rookie playing just as well as no one thought he would play this good.
Let's not say that, because every Bears fan and their mom thought you guys were going to the Super Bowl. You still do, so let's dial it back.
We do with getting a franchise quarterback. We understand the first year might not be a Super Bowl, but you are winning a Super Bowl with your franchise quarterback.
Our stock is going up, baby.
our
While the
stock is
Cowboys are
going
going
up.
down.
Exactly.
I don't know what it feels like to draft a quarterback in the first round and to have that hype. I don't.
You just know how
Cowboys,
to.
I don't remember the last time the Cowboys ever drafted a quarterback in the first round that was going to be the guy for future. Dak's a 4th round quarterback. I just want to remind you. Tony Romo before him was a 6th round quarterback, I believe it was as well. Before that, it was Troy Aikman too, but I don't even think he was taken in the first round. I don't remember exactly, but he might have been. I'm just, you guys have had multiple. I can't even count how many damn first round quarterbacks you guys have had that have missed. So,
One, we took Trubisky, but we got scammed. We got scammed.
No, you scammed yourself. They didn't get scammed.
The Bears got played during that draft. They were the suckers of the draft that year. They were the suckers.
Yeah,
But we corrected it later.
Make that the podcast title, suckers, Tony. Yeah. No, just
And I was going Cowboy stock going down, Bears going up, baby.
Yeah. But no, the other part is, the Ravens looked, they did their thing in that game.
Dude, Derrick Henry.
Nobody can stop him.
Yeah, exactly. No, I like that with the NFL. The first couple games with the offenses trying to figure out what they were doing. I appreciate the run games and these running backs having big games and scoring touchdowns, but it's good to see a guy like Derrick Henry, thrive in offense, in this day and age where running back is far and few between. He's got a guy like Lamar who could still get it done himself, but they added a running back to the situation, and it's making things run smooth over there into Baltimore.
Yeah. I will say this: even if just going back, you guys are making comments about why didn't the Cowboys go after?
See, this guy's butthurt. He's butthurt.
No. Listen,
No, the Cowboys should have got Derrick Henry. They should have.
But Derrick Henry wouldn't have had anywhere near as good of a season playing on the Cowboys as he is right now with the Ravens. And I do purely believe that that's a part of the scheme, because of the scheme of the Ravens offense and the way that it operates with the dual threat that you have with Lamar running the ball. It creates, where they have to worry about that in those option plays and Is he going to pull the ball and hit the edge, or is Derrick Henry going to take it up the middle? It creates that second guess, and and linebackers not making their first read, and that just comes with opportunity. And Derrick Henry's eating it up right now. He's eating it
Yeah.
up. He went to the best place that he could with his skill set. It's going to do a lot for them. The Ravens are.
You're telling me a guy like Dak couldn't use a running back like Derrick Henry?
Oh no, absolutely he could right now. I mean, obviously, as a Cowboys fan, I would have loved nothing more than to have seen him go to the Cowboys. But I'm just saying, in a player perspective, specifically, just thinking about the player, not necessarily team wise, he had better more and more opportunity to thrive with the Ravens than he would have with the Cowboys. So, especially for fantasy, if you look at it from fantasy perspective, he wouldn't be the number one guy, just playing with the Cowboys. Our offensive line is just
Well,
not playing well right now.
Because Dak is so much better than fucking Lamar Jackson that he controls the offense. Just would be throwing it so much more than Lamar would.
I think you're missing, and you're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm saying he's not.
Would be 2 more games. They would have won 2 more games with a guy like Derrick Henry on their roster. But Jerry Jones was too by him. Right now, you're just trying to settle. You couldn't even keep Tony Pollard. You got Ezekiel Elliott, who no one wanted, back on the Cowboys.
Okay, calm down. Their second favorite team is the Cowboys guy talking that shit. Like, let's dial it back.
I'm disappointed. I hate when the Cowboys do shit. Now they're facing the repercussions.
You missed the point of what I was saying, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and go to our super contest, Tony.
No. Derrick Henry on the Cowboys would be phenomenal. It would help Dak out more.
Yes, that's a fact. Yes, but that wasn't my point. My point is for him as a player, he still would be having a better season playing on the Ravens than he would have if he went to the Cowboys. And that's a fact.
Suck. That's why. Fuck.
All right, last thing I want to talk about is the Jets and Bills, and then the trades that happened today. Any thoughts on the Jets and Bills? I mean, I watched a little bit of it. Well, I watched like the second half actually. It was a pretty close game. There were some questionable roughing the passer calls at the end. Couple flags thrown that probably shouldn't have been flags, but overall, I mean, it was an enjoyable game. I do think with Amari Cooper coming on board, that Bills. I swear to God, I think two weeks ago, Nick, I told you that the Bills were going to trade for maybe Amari Cooper or Devontae Adams.
No, you told me that Devontae Adams. You thought he was Devontae Adams.
All right, but then I also say that Devontae would go to the Jets. Because we had talked about, I swear, reconnecting with Aaron Rodgers. Either way, I just know my shit. That's my point.
Shut the fuck up. I won't even go there. The amount of shit you don't know outweighs the amount of shit you guess by an astronomical amount, which is wild. But I want to embarrass you on your own podcast, you fuck.
No, but honestly, I thought it was a good game. I did have the Bills winning, or we did have them winning in our super contest, so that's great. They did cover the -2.5, so that worked out well for us. But any thoughts on the game itself? I mean, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper coming to the Bills is going to help them out greatly. Devontae Adams coming to the Jets is going to help them out greatly as well.
Yeah. I mean, they both got better with those additions. It was a closer game than I thought it was going to be honest. I think that the Jets actually ran the ball pretty well, which Breece Hall decided to show up. And I don't know if that was a factor of the play calling or they just ran the ball well this week. I don't know. It was kind of interesting, but he had 113 yards in this game, which is, pretty solid compared to especially with what he's been doing. Aaron Rodgers had a pretty decent game. Josh Allen did Josh Allen things. I will say that I don't even know who was playing, and James Cook last second was
scratched
for a toe that I don't have him in fantasy, so I don't know if that was something that was to be watched all week long. I wasn't really, I didn't see it. but it kind of just caught me out by surprise. I'm like, oh shit! Like, I wonder if anybody knew about that because it was, they announced it last minute, and the backup Ray Davis, never heard of the guy, ran for 97 yards in that game as well. So, yeah, it was a decent game. I do think that Cooper going to the Bills is going to be big. They don't have that go-to guy over
The
there.
number one.
Yeah, they just don't have that number one go-to guy. They've kind of been doing it by committee, and it's working to an extent. But Cooper's he's been that guy with the Browns. He puts up solid numbers. He's the quiet over there. And if he brings that same type of thing to the Bills, it could be a nice pickup. The one thing I will say is the if you compare the two and what they both gave up for the pick, it's kind of interesting that, like, I feel like the Bills it almost feels like they gave up more than the Jets did to get Devontae, and I would think Devontae is better than Cooper.
Right. I would agree with that. Who's older? Do you know?
I think I don't know. That would
But
be
even that should be a negotiation tactic, like
Yeah.
knowing that you're the quarterback you want, the team you want to go to, because of the quarterback that plays there is Aaron Rodgers. So
Yeah,
the Raiders should have.
he had
Yeah,
all.
exactly. Yeah.
Did
But
you see he popped up on that thing I sent where he popped up already
McCaffrey?
there?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
already there behind Aaron Rodgers in some podcast. Like, I was like, oh, this shit's been.
Oh, and then Aaron Rodgers with that Hail Mary at the end
Oh,
end of the first
yeah.
half.
He did
That
it
was
again.
wild, dude. My man can just throw fucking touchdowns. Look at this guy. He's yawning
That's
on
why
his first podcast.
That's why he's prime time. That's why they have the Jets on all the prime time slots. Aaron Rodgers, man, gets it done. Creates some magic. Puts fucking people in the seats.
Yeah. All right, Sam, this is where we go to our next segment, I guess. We've been doing a super contest. And so essentially what we do is we pick 5 teams against the spread, kind of like what we do, but we do 5 instead of 3. We have our own personal one going on amongst friends, so it's kind of fun in that aspect too. But this one we do 5 teams. Being that it's 3 people this week, we're all going to pick our own team. We're going to try to agree on 2 matchups.
We went 5 for 5, and now we're gonna give
Yes.
a pick away to Sam.
Nick,
And then we're done. No, I'm just kidding.
Nick, cheers to you, brother. We went 5 for 5, baby. I knew we had
Cheers,
it
brother.
in us. I knew we had it in us.
Yes, sir. 5 for 5, boys.
We had Texans minus 6.5.
Put your shades back on because we're looking bright when it comes to our super contest.
I like it. Colts plus 3, Bengals minus 3.5, Bills minus 2.5, and Bears plus 1. All right, so let's go to this week 7. All right. Well, I'll just kind of discuss each matchup. We'll kind of give our overall thoughts. If we all like it, maybe we'll select that matchup. Broncos at Saints. Saints plus 2.5. I don't know about that matchup. It's a little with the backup quarterback. Obviously, Broncos have a nice little defense going, but then again, they have Bo Nix, so I'm not really sure about that matchup.
That's a hard one because the Broncos do have a quality defense, but the Saints are playing ass.
Chris Olave may be out again because he has a concussion.
You're right. There's actually a lot of people hurt on the Saints right now. It's not just Olave. I think Rashid Shaheed is hurt too. That's rough. Honestly, I don't know. I would just stay away from that game in our picks because it's just
Let's stay away from it. Bengals at Jet. Oh, go ahead, Sam. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I have no preference in that one. Yeah, that's a tough game to call right there.
Patriots at Jaguars in London. Trash bowl. I don't want to bet this game at all.
You bet the Jaguars. They've been there. They're out there in London. They played the Bears in London last week. They got the advantage with the jet lag.
That's what I said against the Bears, but then they didn't show up.
So. No, yeah, it's a split. I don't know who you take in that one. That's a tough New England and Jacksonville, man.
So I will say, and we didn't talk about the game, but the Drake May his first start with the Patriots last week, he played well. He didn't play horribly. He put up 21 points against the Texans, I think it was. He played decent. He didn't have a great game by any means, but he threw 3 touchdowns in his first game, had over 200 and something yards. And the Texans defense isn't horrible. He did throw 2 interceptions, but so I don't know. I mean, that's going to be another toss-up game. The fact that the Jags are favored by 5.5 points is kind of interesting to me.
Well, just like you said, I think Lawrence for the Jags, he's one interception every game away from having an amazing game. Like he's just as much as like, yeah, he struggles. I think he doesn't get he's struggling right now, but I think if he can figure it out, Jacksonville is in a decent place, to win the game like this against New England,
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say I like the 5.5 points for the Patriots, though. From what Jake May showed me, I do like the 5.5 points.
Well, we all get our own picks, so I'm not picking that. I'm not choosing that.
Yeah, I don't feel either way about this current one, but
all right. This next game, Seahawks at Falcons. Falcons -3. I mean, at this again, this is a very close game. My gut's going with the Falcons -3.
yeah, Falcons. I'll take the Falcons in this one. I like the Falcons. I like Kirk Cousins and I like Bijan Robinson and I like what they got going on over there. I'm a buyer over the Seahawks right now with Geno Smith,
Yeah.
I would take the Falcons in this one.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I think that the Falcons will win that game. Yeah.
Titans at Bills. Bills -8.5.
It's a lot of points, but it's also your boy Will Levis, your
Levis,
twin,
bro.
your twin Will Levis.
I'm not a fan of. I mean, Jared Allen, and the Bills. I don't know, man. Like
Josh Allen.
That dude's got a lot. That dude's
Jared Allen. Jared Allen wasn't he a defensive end? Or...
yeah, he was I think it's like a hybrid defensive end linebacker.
A lot of points. I don't know. I like it. I think
that dude has a lot of proving this year. Is he just going to be like that Wyoming quarterback that had a couple good years in the NFL, or is he going to figure it out and establish himself as a top quarterback in the league?
Okay, first of all, Josh Allen is 100% one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
He's been the number 1 quarterback in fantasy for like the last I don't know how many years. He is that guy.
Yeah, he's struggling, Hey.
He's still that guy.
Okay.
With Amari Cooper coming on board too.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, I like that. But yeah, no, I have question marks with the Bills and Josh Allen, just in my head, personally,
All right.
Well, they're playing Will Levis, so
Yeah.
there's a free 7 points.
No, the Bills, I don't know if they're going to be that top team like, we thought of them before with Allen as their quarterback. I don't know.
Bengals at Browns. Bengals are -6.5.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals are locked for this because the Browns are just the whole organization is just in array.
Nick Chubb is not going to make that big a difference.
Listen. Here's the thing. The thing is, I feel like when they play each other very close. So like Bengals, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, or any of those combos, just like the Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants. I don't know. I don't like this game. I can understand why the Bengals could cover this easily, but I just feel like with it being such a rivalry, I don't like betting on this game.
You're thinking too much into it. Bengals all day. They're covering.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Do it because the Bengals are that bad and Watson is that much of a disgrace.
Browns are that bad.
The Browns are that bad, and Watson, it's a disgrace what's happening right now. Like it really is. Like that's embarrassing as an organization that this guy is just disrespecting guys. Can't finish a fourth quarter.
I will say this for the fantasy football watchers out. They just lost their number one guy in Amari Cooper. His number one guy, and he's been throwing to him all this year, and he's probably available on a lot of waiver wires, is Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is now going to be the number one guy for the Browns. The Browns, yes, they're bad, but they always have that guy. And Juku's stats are also going to go up as well. So if those guys are available in your league, I'd go pick them up because, yes, Watson's, he's bad, but he still makes
somebody
a wide receiver relevant
Yeah.
somewhere. And the touches that Amari Cooper is leaving behind are going to go to those guys. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jeudy starts his stock is going up, in my opinion.
All right, I like the insight. Lions at Vikings. Vikings -2. Very close game. I don't want to bet this. It's just gonna be a good game.
No balls.
I don't want to bet this.
I'll take the Lions in this one. Lions all day, man. That I think they have full control of the division, and they're lining up to have themselves a season. And this is just one stepping stone for them. They're done.
Even with the Aiden Hutchinson out.
Even with Aiden Hutchinson, that offense is explosive. They're just gonna score. Keep
Vikings have a good defense.
The Vikings do have a good defense, so it's not going to be as easy as you're thinking. But the fact that the Lions are +2, I mean, yeah, it's kind of just a toss-up. +2 doesn't really mean much. To me, it's going to be a close game no matter what. I do like the Lions. I think they do go to the Vikings and
I think
Minnesota and beat them.
5 weeks too, if that means anything too. But
I will say that I think that Tony he laughs at it because he didn't know the nickname, but Jay Jettis, he's gonna have a big game in this. He's gonna have over 100 yards with the touchdown or two. He's going to have a good game. There's gonna be a lot of points in that game. It's gonna be a close one, but I do think the Lions I think they're gonna control the game with their running game, with Gibbs and Montgomery. I think they're gonna control that and time of possession, and they're gonna come out on top of that.
Okay. Texans at Packers. Packers -3.
That's a good game. I like that.
It is a good game.
I like the quarterback.
Who did Texans just lose? Didn't they lose somebody?
No, they beat the Patriots this week. They beat them pretty handily, 41-21.
They didn't trade anybody. Am I just losing it?
Mixon actually just came back, and Mixon looked really good.
He did look good. I remember
their offense looked much better with Mixon running the ball than they had in the past few weeks with Akers and the others. That being said, I think the Packers are going to beat them this week. They're going to be in Lambeau. The Texans can be scored on. They can be scored on. And the Packers defense isn't anything to
good. They're good. They are good.
Yeah, they've played pretty well this year. I think it's gonna be another close game, but I think the Packers are gonna take it at home.
Okay. Eagles at Giants. Eagles are -3. What happened to the Eagles?
Yeah, that's going on. Hey, man, I take the Eagles, but at the same time, the Eagles and the Giants are both garbage. So
did you see the coach yelling at the fans?
Yeah,
that was pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he apologized for it, but he was like, "Dude, you're a head coach in Philadelphia. Like, what are you doing yelling at the fans? Like, that's what they do. They're some of the biggest hecklers in the game, period.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
If you should never take that job if you can't handle that shit. Like, all you're gonna do is entice them to talk more shit to your ass because now you look soft because you're apologizing to them, and they're not gonna respect you because now you're soft.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. The Eagles, I thought that they were gonna blow away the Browns, and why I took them at 8.5 against and our own picks that we have between us, and they just, I don't know, they looked bad.
Yeah,
they just didn't look good. So I don't know.
The Giants, it almost reminds me of the Jaguars Patriots game. Like it's a
Yeah.
trash bowl. I
Yep.
don't really want to
Awesome.
part of this.
I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be there's gonna be point score in that game. It's not gonna be bad though, because again, it's an interdivision game.
The only one bright side that I can think of from the Giants is their running back, Tracy, whatever his name is. I don't remember his last name, but I have him in fantasy as well. And I picked him up off waivers. Dude's fucking killing it right now as a running
Well,
back.
he's not even the starter.
Right.
Singletary is the starter.
Wasn't he? He was a transfer. He was a wide receiver that became a running back or something like that. It was
Came out
fucking
of
crazy.
nowhere.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
I like it. I like it. All right, Dolphins at Colts. Colts -3. I like Colts. I mean,
Give me the Colts.
the Dolphins suck so bad.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sam? You like the Colts?
I don't know, man. I hate to say it, but I'm a Dolphins guy. Hopefully they can figure it out, man. That's a sad.
You're a Dolphins guy now?
That's a sad demise over there with the Dolphins, man. Like, yeah, if they can't figure it out against the Colts, like, yeah, their season might be officially over. You know.
All right, so you don't like the Colts -3?
No, do
Okay.
not. I'm
Okay.
a Dolphins in this one. This is a game they should win. They
Okay.
have to win.
All right, Raiders at Rams. Rams -6.5. Man, the Raiders suck so bad.
Yeah, I think they might. The Rams suck too, but
The Rams do suck as well, but they don't have
they
Raiders
lost
don't have a
Devontae-
quarterback.
The Rams lost Devontae Adams this week. Whew.
I mean, he wasn't playing the last couple of weeks though. Anyways,
I know, but still, like you lose that in your locker room, like.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think there was some turmoil in that locker room. I think Devontae Adams wasn't. He wanted out, so I don't think it's going to be much.
He's probably not the only one. Max Crosby is probably right there itching to get to Detroit.
Maybe I don't know. But
We'll just skip it.
yeah.
All right, Panthers at Commanders. Commanders -7.5. I don't mind the Commanders at -7.5 at this one.
I don't either.
Rebound game.
I would say the Commanders in this one as well.
Oh, we found one. We found one, boys. We found one that we like. So we're gonna take the Commanders -7.5 right here.
I'm fading the Panthers all year, man.
I think that line changes. I bet you that line moves.
Out of 18 games, they might win 2 or 3. Fade them all year, man. Like, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, obviously, yeah, you fade them all year, but it's the line. The line's a little bit. It's a little sketchy.
Yeah,
I would prefer
that's a lot of points. It is a lot of points.
I would prefer it at 6.5, and I hope that the line does move. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Chiefs at 49ers. 49ers -1. I don't know. It's gonna be a close call. I would almost lean towards Chiefs. But
Yeah,
then again, 49ers have been fucking me over all year, so I could be totally wrong.
I like the Chiefs too. I think Kareem Hunt is playing well. They're kind of but we'll see. It's gonna come down to Juju. Can Juju like reproduce of what he did last week, or is that just a one game wonder and they don't have a wide receiver that can
Yeah. No, they just need the guys to catch the ball for Patrick Mahomes, man. Anyone available,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like the Chiefs. I would take the Chiefs.
What would you say, Sam? Chiefs or 49ers?
Chiefs. I don't like the 49ers right now. I don't know. I just feel like they're struggling as well offensively. Like they haven't clicked. Christian McCaffrey's out. Whatever. Their running back Mason is doing great, but like no, I'm still taking the Chiefs in this situation.
All right. I'm gonna hold off on that because I have one other game that I think I want to take, and I want to know your feedback. But Jets and Steelers. Jets -1.5. Again, another game I don't really care for. I don't know. I don't.
I'm a Chiefs guy. I'm a Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. I want to see it happen. I want to see him win. I want to see him in some playoff games.
I mean, I guess with Devontae Adams joining, maybe.
I want it to happen for the NFL. I want their guy to win and make it happen and make the playoffs and generate some money. I am a Jets fan. I want
You're
them.
just everybody fan.
No. I am. Well, no, with the Hard Knocks last year, I was all in with the Hard Knocks and Aaron Rodgers in his first game tore that fucking whatever Achilles terrible. I was all in on fucking Jets. And just like the owner, he's all in too. He went out of his way. He fired his coach who he didn't feel like was doing enough, and he got a number one receiver in Devontae Adams, and they're trying to place themselves to make a playoff run. You know, like that's it.
So I agree. I think that the fact that Devontae Adams is now there, it's gonna sprinkle a little life into that team. I think they finally got their run game going. And I think they're gonna get behind it and get a win this week. I have a feeling that game's gonna be like, I'm gonna say like 34-17. I think they're gonna, have a quality win there. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers is gonna throw the shit out of that ball.
Yep.
And the Steelers are a decent team, but if you look at their games, they're averaging right around 17 to 20 points. They're not putting up points much, they're middle of the range points wise. They're winning because their defense has played well, but I just feel like the life on the Jets after, yes, they just lost. It was a close game against the Bills, but now you added that piece, and it's just like reinforcement that from the owner saying, look, we got you. Like, go out and get this. You have the pieces. Let's go get this. You know what I mean? So to me, it's yeah. I got the Jets in this one.
Okay. I would have to side with you on the Jets, I guess, ultimately, but I don't know. I don't know if again, Mike Tomlin and Steeler Nation. I don't know. I can see something happening where the Steelers just keep it close and win it by a field goal. All right, Ravens at Buccaneers. Bucks are plus 3.5. What are your thoughts? Who are you taking? Bucks or Ravens? This is the game I think. This is the game. This is the game I think the Ravens are taking it. Or no, sorry, the Bucks. The Bucks.
No, if I was gonna pick a team, I'd go with the Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens. And
Okay.
I guess
All right.
the Ravens, yeah.
All right. In the last game, Chargers and Cardinals. I don't want any part of this game. It's Chargers are minus 2.5.
I'm taking the Chargers. The Chargers defense is playing really well right now. They're just a quiet team behind their running game. They're playing well. I like the Chargers. The Cardinals also lost their. I think
Oh, what happened to Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Marvin Harrison Jr. has a concussion, so he may not play. It just kind of depends how bad the concussion is. The Chargers have been really doing pretty well against the run this year. And that's a big part of the Cardinals game. So to me, I like the Chargers in this game.
All right. Well, I'm not too confident about that. So I'm more confident about the Jets than anything, than all these picks that we've gone through so far. So if you guys are okay, I'll take the Jets minus 1.5. Do we all agree on that?
That's good with me.
All right.
Yes.
All right. And then before Sam falls asleep on us, Sam, for one of these games, what game would you like as your pick? And I can go through them. Or what team are you most interested in, or have a good feeling about?
I'm a good feeling. I'm a big I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm a big Falcons and Kirk Cousins fan, so
Okay.
I'll take the Falcons and the points.
All right. Let's see, where is it?
Third game, I think, from the top.
All
Right
right,
there.
here. Falcons minus 3. All right, locked in. Nick, what about you?
Let's see. I'm an easy one that I want to say that I think that was an easy lock that we could have agreed on is I think the Colts. I think Sam is I think he's losing it taking the Dolphins,
Oh,
but
he left.
he dipped. I think So, but I don't want to take that, right? I don't like taking easy kind of gimmies. I like a little, question mark one. So actually I'm gonna take the Chargers. I just have a feeling I think they're gonna do well. I think they're playing well, and I like the Chargers over the Cardinals.
Okay. And then my last pick will be the Bucks plus 2.5 at home.
We went 5 for 5, and now you wanna pick shit like that? Like, come on, bro.
We about to go 5 for 5 again, baby. Let's go.
We're going 4 for 5 now when you're taking the Bucks. So
Dude, that's so funny that he left.
well, say this. Tell me this. Why do you think that the Bucks are gonna beat the Ravens?
I think that through the air, passing wise, I think the Bucks are a little bit better than the Ravens. Obviously, Derrick Henry is going to have that ground game going, but I think the Bucks have a pretty solid defense. They're okay. I mean, they give up points, but I mean, as long as they can control Derrick Henry, control the outside, don't let Lamar Jackson get to the run.
Did you just say control Derrick Henry?
I did. Look,
Do you think the Buccaneers are going to control Derrick Henry?
I've been predicting that Derrick Henry is going to eat the Cowboys up and whomever else he plays, but I have a feeling that the Bucks can manage to keep up with them in points as well as win. I'm not saying a blowout. I'm just saying maybe by a field goal or so.
Oh, Tony,
Baker Mayfield
Okay.
has been playing pretty well too.
Hey, look, he absolutely has. He absolutely has. Don't get me wrong, but they're not winning that game, my friend.
Oh, Sam's phone died. He texted me.
Uh,
That's all right. After this episode, I'm going to put in the little snippet that I got of him going off on the Cowboys in this conversation that we had earlier before we were recording this this Zoom. But all right, we did it. Before we go, how do you feel about the Dodgers so far in the MLB playoffs?
Hey, well, they did what I said. I thought they were gonna do. They went in there and they took care of the Padres, which we needed to do. We had a great game one against the Mets, but and a lot of people are like, "What happened in game two? They just went and got blown out." It was a a bullpen game.
2 grand slams right off the bat.
They were, I think it was one. I don't know if not two, but I was working.
Oh,
So I
it
didn't
was
get to
one.
watch
It was
Yeah.
one. You're right.
Yeah. So that was it. It was only one pitcher. It was one pitcher. It's our rookie pitcher, Landon Knack. He gave up 5 runs, first time in postseason. So and that was the difference maker in the game. It's all right. We still got this. I think it's gonna go. I think the Dodgers win it in 6. I think the Dodgers win it in 6.
The Yankees look pretty good. They're 2-0 on the Guardians right now.
I think the Guardians look a little defeated over there. The Yankees might just sweep that. They might just sweep that. We'll see what happens. I hope that the Guardians can pull some, games out, but I 100% think the Yankees are gonna win that. And they might just sweep. They, may push them. They might get one game, but the Yankees are gonna win that in 5, guaranteed at the most.
You went to a World Series game, right? Was it, or is that a playoff game?
No, this year, no, not this year, but I went to a World Series game in 2017 when they played fucking Astros.
How much was that? How much was that ticket?
So I paid $1,100 for a ticket, and I sat in the left field bleachers. So it wasn't even like anything close. Nobody wanted to go with me because nobody wanted to pay the ticket price.
Yeah, I bet.
So I went solo, but I didn't care. It was like I'm gonna be with thousands of other Dodger fans, and that's where I caught my my home run ball, Chris Taylor's first pitch home run ball. And man, was it worth every damn penny going to that game.
That's dope. You didn't think about selling it?
No, not really.
No.
I didn't get offered enough money. I mean, I got offered some money for it. It was a decent amount, but it just meant more. I mean, I have it in a little stand. I have it with the Chris Taylor World Series card that says, 1 of 4, it's signed, and it says the little saying first pitch home run. Like the first, or only the 4th time it's ever happened, some shit like that. My brother got it for me I have this lanyard with a World Series pin, and it's, it's in its own little thing. And to me, it's worth way more than, like, it's money. What am I going to do? I'm going to just blow the money that I would have gotten for it anyways. Cause like I said, it wasn't anything like to write home about. It wasn't like I was offered $50,000 or some shit that I could take and, invest in a house or something like that. No, it was like $1,000 or $2,000. And it would have barely covered more than my ticket of going to the game. So
Right.
it wasn't worth selling. I kept that shit and I always keep it.
Well,
It's right over here on my desk somewhere.
I don't really care who wins the Dodgers and Mets. I mean, I don't like either of them. The Mets screwed us in the playoffs a couple of years ago. So I guess I'd probably root for the Yankees, apparently. Guess that's where I'm going. Let's go Yankees.
All of a sudden, Yankees fan. This guy.
Let's go because of Rizzo.
Can't support
Rizzo.
your friend who's a Dodgers fan. No,
Nope.
never that. Never that.
Nope.
Let's go with the Yankees just because I'm gonna pick somebody random.
Padres because of Yu Darvish. Phillies was because of Kyle Schwarber. Yankees because of Anthony Rizzo. I think Anthony Rizzo ain't even playing this year. Or well, he's done for the year, should I say. He's injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So oh well. Sorry.
Rizzo left you. You forget that. Rizzo left you and said F you to the Cubs and didn't resign. But hey.
It's all right. He'll always be a Cubby. All right. Well, we did it again. Appreciate you. Sam, appreciate you coming on, even though you just left with a Irish goodbye. Just fucking dipped out, didn't say bye, but it's all good. I'll enter in the little track right here of him talking shit about the Cowboys. Peace.
Asshole.
Cowboys downfall. Market right now. Overpaid quarterback. Nothing left from the offense. Michael Parsons, the heart of their defense, gone. Everyone else on the defense, fuck them. CeeDee Lamb, finish out that contract, gone. Dak Prescott, that's what you're left with. Keep paying Dak $50 million for the next 10 years.
The Tony Tones world.